First of all, and thank you, McGraw, for having us today. My board almost simultaneously said we need to neighborhoods reach each other to reduce discrimination and to have conversation. And so what we did was we did RFP and we financed now this program and worked very closely with Slaco and Kevin to have meaningful dialogue, facilitated dialogue on bus tours. In fact, Shaw was the last one we did last week with College Hill. And so all the people met at Slaco. Mm-hmm. They did a facilitated tour of College Hill, then a facilitated tour of Shaw, and then they came together to discuss what the similarities and differences are and how they could work together in a meaningful way to impact those two neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm. Is it like a town in like Cottleville will go visit a city, and a city neighborhood will go visit Cottleville, or is it in the city only? Or?
Could be
Absolutely.
like that, but probably people in Cottleville would want to talk to other people in Cottleville, because I'm sure that there are some people.
My neighbors don't want to talk to me, so I don't know what you're talking about there.
That's what I'm saying. So, first off, we would want those people to sit down and talk with you first.
Right. But no, in seriousness, I think the point is well taken. Is if I see the world through your eyes, I get a better understanding of what you're dealing with.
All right, here's
vice versa.
Here's what happens. Here's what happens, McGraw. So let's say that you live in Baden, and
which is in North City, very North City, very rough neighborhood.
Some people, well, it's a neighborhood that probably the people that live there in Baden now, they've never been to Tower Grove East. Mm-hmm. There are people that are in the Central West End. They've probably never visited Baden.
Right.
Okay. The only time that those folk would actually hear of those neighborhoods is through Channel 2, Channel 4, and Channel 5 when a murder or some drug deal goes on. That's their perception of those neighborhoods.
Right.
But we need to dig a little deeper, because those neighborhoods are really not bad. They've just never had the visitation that other neighborhoods have had. So we want to try to bring either far north to north, far south to south. It doesn't necessarily have to be Baden going all the way to the Patch, or even further. So we want to try to bring those people together so that they can say, well, really, there's not that much difference, guys, between what we're trying to do. I just happen to live in a different zip code, or I just happen to live across Delmar.
But you're mentioning city-only neighborhoods. Does this go to the county and to St. Charles and everywhere else?
It does not go to the county at this point, because far as CREA is concerned, we do the river to Skinker.
Gotcha.
And so that's our frame. And Slaco, however, could probably go on a more regional basis. We've had people who've inquired about Ferguson going to South County or some other things. So that may be in the works later on, but right now we want to concentrate on the 79 neighborhoods in the city of St. Louis.
That's right.
What do you want people to know? Why did you guys come on to the show?
Well, really what I want them to know is that Slaco is working hard to try to bring about some change within their neighborhoods that we actually serve, that we work with, and also trying to bring about some change in the city. And we want them to know that if they want to be a part of something like this, they need to get in touch with us so that we can work with them and their communities. So we're trying to spread the word about how great and how good we feel this program is, and open it up to others.
Recruitment and dialogue.
Yeah.
So you're looking for neighborhoods to sort of reach out to you?
We're looking for neighborhoods and individuals who live in a neighborhood, may not be a part of that, the ward meetings or the neighborhood association meetings, but they just feel like they want to do something. Yeah. Call Slaco. We'll help them do with recruitment and the dialogue.
Let me give you a number.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Number 314-361-9406.
Do you have a website?
The website is www.slaco-mo.org. And we also are getting ready for our 21st annual Slaco Regional Conference. That'll be October 29th. So it'll give folk an opportunity to come over to Harris-Stowe State University and get involved in half-day, full day of training. We have different sessions and classes that will be going on, and it'll be a great opportunity to get involved in the community.
I don't have much time left, but once somebody goes to visit the neighborhood and they visit the other neighborhood. Tell us about that meeting when they come together. What happens at that
It's
meeting?
a facilitated meeting that people sit down and they get into some real nice discussions on what they've seen and what they've heard, and they talk about different perceptions, and they actually sit down and try to break down some barriers, some misperceptions.
Are minds changed after a day like this?
Minds are open. We won't say change, but minds are certainly open, and we do want to keep this going. So this is not just this year, and we'll end it. As long as CREA has funding, we're going to fund SLACO to continue this year after year after year, because it's not after the first meeting, it's after the 5th meeting or the 10th meeting where you really get dialogue.
I would think that getting to know the person from Baden is more important than knowing Baden. Does that make sense? Or is it, you know what I mean? It's the personal connection from the person who lives in the neighborhood.
Getting to know the person is very important, but also you want to break down any barriers that one particular neighborhood might be dealing with. So if I'm meeting with somebody from Tower Grove East, and my perception might be negative, but once I visit Tower Grove East and I ride around Tower Grove East and I meet people from Tower Grove East, I have a new opinion of Tower Grove East. So it's meeting people, but also meeting the neighborhood as well.
It is a little bit of both.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of both.
Tower Grove South, by the way, is way better than Tower Grove East.
McGraw said that, not me.
We're not touching it.
Kevin McKinney, a good Irishman, the executive director of SLACO, and Charles Bryson, St. Louis Civil Rights Enforcement Agency executive director. The website to find out more one more time.
www.slaco-mo.org.
Gentlemen, thanks for coming in. You guys are always welcome here.
Thank you.
9:48 here, Big 550 KTRS.